Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to Endon. It's been a long time. In fact, I checked back through and I believe it was in March that I last posted an update, and since then a lot has happened. I'm standing here in what will be my study, in front of what will be my study window. The walls here are almost up to full height. In fact, the walls throughout the extension are almost up to first floor level, the level at which the building inspector can come back and check that everything's been done to his satisfaction. By the end of January, I'm planning to put the roof on this single-storey extension with a temporary cover. It's been so wet over the last few months here in Endon, and I know throughout the rest of the country, and a lot of that water seems to have fallen on my work, and it's been hard work keeping it dry, trying to keep it as dry as possible. The ground under me, the new floor I put in earlier this year, is thoroughly soaked and will need some time to dry out. So I decided to go ahead and put a roof on this on this extension here at the back, with a temporary cover. As I said, a new cover can go on when the whole job's finished, a proper permanent cover. But it's important, I feel, to get on with that. And then I can actually walk on the roof and do work on the upper level at the back of the house. We will also need some scaffolding as well, and that's just something we have to factor in to the whole plan. I can't really show you what's happening on the other side of the wall behind you. It is so crammed full of scaffolding and piping and piles of blocks and timber and everything else, all the gubbins of construction. You'd probably think, oh crumbs, how can he possibly work in all that mess? Well, it is a mess, but it's organised. It's an organised chaos, if you like. I know where everything is, and I know what everything has to be done. It has not been a good year, as I said, for weather, but it has been a good year in many respects for me, health-wise. Apart from a few aches and pains in my knees from going up and down ladders carrying blocks, I have, by the grace of God, been kept fairly healthy. I've also, by the grace of God, been kept free from any accidents that could have happened. Yes, I've had a couple of falls, but they've not been serious, and I've been kept safe throughout that. Because I can't show you really what's happening behind the camera, I will put together a slideshow of some of the pictures I've taken, the hundreds of pictures I've taken at various stages of the job. And then you'll be able to see what progress has been made. I hope that when the roof is on here, I may even be able to use this space as a temporary workshop to get some of the woodwork sides of the job done. It's been a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. You can't do one bit without having done the other. You know how you have a jigsaw and some people decide to start with the patterns and others start with what goes around the outside, and so on. Everyone has their own way of doing things, but this has been a bit like a jigsaw. You can't start one job until you've got the other job, and it can sometimes be very, very frustrating, because you know that it would be absolutely fantastic progress to do this bit, but you can't actually start it until you've done that. And sometimes that is the most complicated thing of all. I hope you've all had a good Christmas. We certainly have had a great Christmas. We enjoyed Christmas Day with Sarah and Lee and the family. All our 3 grandsons were there. We had enjoyed a fantastic family Christmas, which was a real joy. Actually, the first family Christmas we've had outside our own home for quite a while. All our 3 great grandsons were there, and Elwood was enjoying his first Christmas. It's just a shame that he was too young to be able to remember it, although there will be plenty of photographs to enable him to see what it was like for him when he was a baby. Our other 2 grandsons are racing up, and Patricia spends some time each week picking Raphael up from school and looking after him, taking him out to the garden centre for a bite to eat and a snack, and bringing him back here. We've even had Raphael overnight. We enjoyed a wonderful Christmas decorating party, something we've not done really since our grandchildren were small, and they have some difficulty, I think, in remembering it. But we used to get them in and open the boxes of decorations, get all the tree up and get it decorated, and then have a picnic tea with star-shaped sandwiches and so on. And we've been able to start that tradition again with Raphael and Ovi. They had a wonderful time racing around the house with the decorations and helping to put everything up. I do have this opportunity to wish you all, when it comes, a Happy New Year. I know that we live in a world that's torn apart by war at the moment, has been for several years, particularly in the Middle East and in Ukraine and Russia. I do pray, however, that this coming year will be one in which all those things, we can see an end of those situations in which people on all sides have suffered so terribly. And now, of course, we have all that's going on in Syria. As we've prepared in our hearts to welcome Jesus as born in a stable in Bethlehem, one of his names is the Prince of Peace. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. And we pray that the Prince of Peace will bless this world with peace this coming year, so that all those people who have been suffered so much can start to rebuild their lives and have a confidence in the future that what they rebuild will be permanent. So I wish you all, when it comes, a very Happy New Year. I promise that I will post some more progress when it takes place. And I have this opportunity to say thank you for all your encouragement and support over the past 12 months. So may God bless you all this coming year. Thank you.